What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Stranded Alien Dawn. So over the last couple videos, I've been trying to get this base upgraded. We're getting there. It's taken, quite some time. One of the downsides to having a massive base is it takes a massive amount of time to upgrade. It only makes sense. So, nearly there. This last bit of stone over here, a little bit here, I think some over here. Yeah, there's some over here. I'm looking at my TV from an angle. I'm trying to get my coffee ready. Yeah, recording in the morning for once. It seems my nighttime schedule that I used to hold is no longer viable. My daughter's sleeping schedule is all over the place. And honestly, the only time I think that I have to myself now is early in the morning. So, let's get into it. Got my coffee, a little bit of this hazelnut creamer that I've gotten attached to while I was staying at the hospital. It was a very, very welcomed change. I'm used to drinking my coffee black, or with the slightest amount of cream. Though, with how tired I was and how much coffee I was drinking, I needed to mix it up. I'm not big on French vanilla, but hazelnut, this hazelnut, it's just delicious. And it's your basic coffee made, so it's nothing too fancy. But it gets the job done. It's almost like a dessert coffee. Now this stuff is, well, it's almost too sweet. Yeah, it is sweet, but good. Better than that French vanilla nonsense. Let's take a look. I've got all my furnaces running. Got some hungry pests that are knocking on my door. And it is the first day of year 15. Three. I don't know why I was saying three. Apparently, I think a decade's 5 years. 1.5 decades we've been in this. Leave me alone. My brain's still fried. My brain's always fried. I don't know what's wrong with it. Apparently it took a vacation. It's just never returned. Either that or I left it on the battlefield. Haven't been the same since. Let's go ahead and garrison some... No. Go ahead and garrison these. Usually when there's been a lull in activity for this long, they like to send the units after me. So I'm going to go ahead and preemptively house my caretakers, my harvesters, and they like to tend to a place. So I'm going to put them away, and I'm going to take a look around my perimeter, make sure that everything is up to snuff. I need to upgrade that. Reconstruct. Carbon fence. And what did I tell you? I'm almost getting, no, I am getting good with predicting their attacks. And over here, okay, so is it nothing too severe. That'll be a very easy rotation to handle. Let's just get our traps active first. There we go. So they're going to send their flyers this way. Get engaged by all my traps here. And the ground units are going to slowly make their way this way unless they decide to pick at my fence here. But here we go. Let's see where they plan to head out to. They just annihilated that Gnaw. Oh, was that a Manhattan Gulch? Whatever it was. This got obliterated. It wasn't mine, was it? Nope, wasn't one of mine. Why'd they slow down time to let me watch a creature die? That's so weird. Did it slow down time? I'm so exhausted, you guys. I'm not even able to pay attention to what speed we're in. Alright, here we go. Time for the show. So the only things that are really going to be super useful here are the flat cannons. Now, all the turrets will be shooting, but it's the flat cannons that deal the most damage to the flyers. No, the flak is an explosion, as you see here, so it's an AoE. Anything within that pulse or that smoke just gets obliterated. As you're watching the numbers just plummet over here. There were about 180, and now they're all dead. Now they're all dead. You got a couple of them that are like, we're not with that grouping. No, you are with that grouping. You just got murdered extremely high up in the air, and then ragdolled your way over here. Like, how the heck did this one even get here? It, like, died over here. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of cool. Oh, what did I tell you? They're going for the fence. Just because the bots are... No, the bots should be fine. Let me go ahead and grab the survivors, maybe? If I put the survivors on the roof up here, it should pull away from over here, and then they'll begin to track where I need them to track. You guys don't want to stay here, trust me. I will send the Air Force. You don't want the Air Force. You know what? I'm going to send the Air Force. Just for this little cluster. Hunt. Do not butcher. Hunt. And I think that'll do it. He's gonna get. We're done get. You're gonna get. And into the traps they go. Not gonna lie, I really enjoy the Air Force in this game. I might bolster their units up a little bit. Maybe double their fighting force. Get a 5th one over here, and then maybe double that. Get 20 of them. But as of right now, I don't have the power nor the resources to do all of that. My resources are, better well spent fixing the place up. Okay, my furnaces need to become active again. So if you'd be so kind as to hurry up and kill all of these, I would greatly appreciate it. Nearly there. And undraft all. There we go. And then what we can also do is I can remove the garrison effect from these, get them back out and in the fields. Nope, these ones go back to the fields. Those ones go back to... No, actually they all do a lot of different things. Like these, they'll go and butcher, and then when they're done butchering, they'll assist with handling the furnaces, they'll tend the fields, reset traps. Like, these bots are amazing. Like, if you guys are playing this game and you're not utilizing the bots, I mean, I don't want to tell you that you're doing it wrong, but you're doing it wrong. These bots are more or less a free survivor that you can use, and if they die, you just make a new one. I mean, it's a no-brainer. God, that's some good coffee. Really sweet, though. Really sweet. I'm not sure if I actually enjoy how sweet it is. And it's kind of killing it for me. What am I doing? I'm walking away. Walking out of range of my console. You guys probably didn't hear any of that. So, while this is happening over here, give me one moment to go check on my daughter. My wife and daughter are still sleeping. I need to make sure that she doesn't need to have her butt changed. Those chemo peas just... Well, chemo in general. Whenever she uses the bathroom, the chemo in the secretions, it eats her skin up. It just eats it up, you guys. So the second she has a diaper, we need to get on it. So I will be right back. Give me 30 seconds. And we'll get back into this. I'm going to leave it running, though, for you guys. Be right back. Alright, we are good to go. How long have I been recording this for? Okay, not that long. We've got a nice bare minimum 40-minute block ahead of us. I do try to push that hour that PlayStation gives me of recording, though hopefully here soon I'll have some sort of PC, even if it's just a laptop. I want to try and get a PC so I can record for longer, put it on the laptop, then upload it from there. Have better audio, hopefully. PC does have some more bells and whistles, more things you can do with it to make the audio a lot cleaner than console. On console, I just have a plug and talk, plug it into the controller and talk. And there's no cleaning this up. So hopefully over the next couple months, you guys will start to notice that the sound and the visuals be a little bit cleaner. And at least that's the hope. But if it doesn't happen, I'm not really worried. But I wouldn't mind getting a laptop just for that. Plus, I do play my fair share of RuneScape. Speaking of, if you notice that I stop talking for any extended period of time, if I get distracted, there's a high possibility that I'm playing RuneScape on my phone. Yeah, I like to multitask. And at the same time, I'm playing Pokemon over here on my Switch. Don't ask me how. Honestly, I'm just going and catching one thing and getting on out of there. This new Pokemon game. Oh, let me turn this one off. I don't need to play Pokemon. That's too distracting. I had to have all hands on for that one. They introduced a new battle concept where you have to hold down a trigger and then it's just button mash. When your move's ready, you get to use it again instead of the turn-based that it used to be. I really missed the turn-based. It seems like all games are starting to phase out turn-based. And honestly, it's a sad sight to see. Turn-based games, they're what developed our patience. It gives us the ability to play chess. I got hit with this. What's his next move going to be? What can I do to potentially survive or kill him, etc. It was a game of chess. Now it's just a game of button mash. Whoever has the faster attacks wins. Whoever has the most HP wins. So Pokemon really went from being a tactical game to being you win if you have the tanky boys. Which I don't like that. I don't like having to have an entire party of just tanky boys. I like to play strategically. There's Pokemon in the world that are set up for crowd control. You have Sleep, Dream Eater, you have Ice, and all these other status effects, and now they've kind of done out with half of them. Confusion, all it happens. I don't really hurt myself when I'm confused anymore. When I'm frozen, I stand there for a second. Paralysis, all it does is seem to slow you down. It doesn't, stop you from attacking. So they've done out with all their traditional status effects and reworked everything. Now don't take that as complaining. That's just something that I wasn't happy about. I'm not necessarily complaining about it. I like when games innovate, evolve, try something new instead of going down the same path. Call of Duty, reskinning the same game over and over and over and over and over, whereas these guys are trying to do something new. There's no open fields. Now you're stuck in a city with rooftops. You have platforming. You have spatial awareness that you need to be worried about now. You can't just launch off an attack and expect it to hit. Because if they back up while you're doing crunch, well, it's going to be out of their bite range, obviously. And if you're not in range, you're not in range. And so there are some things that I love about this new game. It's a love-hate relationship. I hate that they're getting rid of some of the things that made it what it is, but at the same time, I'm enjoying the innovations that they're trying to achieve here. Like I said, it's a love-hate relationship. I'm not complaining. I'm not used to change, but I do enjoy change when it's for the better. Well, we'll see how this happens, but I really did enjoy all the turn-based in video games. Final Fantasy back in the day, 1 through 6, all turn-based. It wasn't until 7. No, 7 was still turn-based. No, 7 was just, more evolved. Yeah, more recently, they've been getting out of turn-based. All the games have been, straying away from turn-based. But like I said, it's a chess match when you're doing turn-based. It gives you the time to think ahead. Several moves, in fact. Where now you're just praying for the best. RNGesus. Gotta love him. You don't like me, though. Yeah. I still can't get over how sweet that is, but damn, that's some good coffee. I'm gonna have to buy a larger one of these. Alright, coffee consumed. But I don't feel any more awake than when I started. Love it. Let's see here. We got continue planting over there. Now we have my full attention. I put RuneScape off to the side. I was doing some rune span, getting my rune crafting leveled up. Trying to get that next level of magic armor that I can craft as my hardcore Iron Man. So I kind of have to, do the cheesy methods of leveling. I'm more of a traditional when it comes to leveling up my skills in RuneScape. Like if I'm gonna do my rune crafting, I'm gonna go get the essence and I'm gonna convert them. And it wasn't until recently that I found out about RuneSpan. Actually, I found out about it 2 days ago. I've heard about it, but I've never actually gone and participated. And thankfully I have. There's some cosmetics that you can purchase, a couple different things. There's an outfit that you can buy. I forget what else I bought from that place. But there's some things you can buy. Oh, some prestige or whatever it is. I forget what it was called. But there's like different ranks that you can spend your points on to, I don't know what they do. It just looks good, I guess. Something to spend the points on. But you get a ton of runecrafting XP. Which, I've been abusing that now. Whenever I get my magic level up and my runecrafting isn't caught up with it, because I like to level my things together. I'm going to work on my combat, like the attack, defense, strength. I'm going to work on my mining and my smithing, because those go hand in hand. If I'm working on my archery, I'm working on my crafting. If I'm working on my magic, I'm working on my rune crafting. Because you're getting runes and you're getting the levels to make the armor. And the weapons. So when I play RuneScape, I usually do it hand in hand with something else. Like when I do my fishing, I'll do cooking and farming at the same time, and my herb lore. Wait, no, I don't want you to have one of those, Rita. I want you to have a laser pistol. There we go. Sorry about the slight congestion. This cold front just came out of nowhere. It was hot for like ever. End of November and it was still hot, which don't ask me. And then now it's been 30s, 40s. I think I'm developing a cold. It doesn't help that I'm also, prone to wearing shorts and flip-flops. It's like my go-to clothing choice. And honestly, I think I would still wear it even if I was rich and famous. Sweatpants, the Adam Sandler look. That's my look. I rock the Adam Sandler. I don't need those fancy clothes and all that nonsense to make me feel worthy. Me being alive is, worthy enough. How many of those bastards tried to beat me to that egg? I won the race. That's worth enough. Now, do I want to be here sometimes? That's up to question. But you know what? Life is worth living, you guys. I have been through some of the worst things that you can imagine. Well, not all the worst things, but some. The combat in and of itself is hell. My mental has been forever changed. Like a car backfiring sets me off. So you can imagine the guys down the street. They trigger my PTSD quite often. You guys don't hear it, but they like to do donuts right here on the corner, and I live on the corner. I have the corner slot, and they like to do donuts. They like to fishtail it. They like to act like they're drag racing from time to time down the street. They like to squeal their tires. They like to make noise. They're noisemakers. Uh-oh. I nearly forgot. I have to do a couple things. Here I am doing my conversation with y'all, you fantastic people, wherever you're watching from. Listening to the ramblings of a disgruntled veteran. I do appreciate you guys. I do. As much as I complain about Californians, I do appreciate you guys. Just learn how to drive. Please do yourselves and me a favor and learn how to drive. I can't tell you how many times I get cut off, how many times I find people talking on their phones. It's supposed to be illegal here in California to be on the phone while driving. Anytime I look out my window, I see somebody on their phone talking while driving. Hand on their side of their face with holding their phone, not just on the phone. It's one thing to be having a conversation while driving. You have coming through the speaker, you have your full attention. But now you're over here, talking on the phone. That's one hand off the wheel, and I don't see any cops pulling anybody else over. But the second I bring my phone up to my ear, whoop, whoop, pulled over, you sir, it's illegal. I'm going to give you a ticket. Every single time I touch my phone, there's always a cop for some reason. But anytime I see anybody else on their phone, no cops. I hate California. Give me some of y'all's luck. No, honestly, don't drive and be on your phone, you guys. It's not safe. And stop cutting people off. Stop driving 15 below the speed limit. Just because the air has a little bit of fog in it, you can still see, a couple 100 feet in front of you. You gotta drive 35 on the freeway. Yeah. Why is Simon injured? Simon? Where is Simon? Simon? Dude, what are you doing out here? Huh. Well, he got in just in time. Oh, that's right, I had him... He's over here mining some stone. I have a lot of stone selected over here, you guys. I forgot he was over there. Oh, hello. Salvage that, thank you. Nothing, okay. Yeah, I have him salvaging all that stone because, I might have 6,000 and I might be getting more back from reworking this. But I've got another floor to build. And I'm not sure if I get back all the stone for the concrete that I'm putting in. I'm not quite sure on that one. But I do have a lot of stone that I'm going to need. And I'm going to have to turn it all into concrete, because that's what's next. The walls, once the flooring is done and the stairs are completed, I'm going to get these walls upgraded to the next level. And then, yeah. And then I'm going to have to move these temporarily. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, once I'm ready, I'm going to wait for an attack. And then I'm going to start building it in pieces. Like, yeah. Build the back wall here, then build the front wall, just a portion of it, get a ceiling on it, and get the traps moved up. And then wait. And then wait for another attack, and do another section. Do it like that. I don't want to get caught with my pants down trying to move stuff or middle of upgrading the wall and not have access to the turret. They're on a switch, but if they get damaged, like this one, I'm going to have to repair that, but I won't be able to repair them if I'm building up all that. So it'll be good, because I do plan on getting it really close. Now I'm just going to put it up to the edge. And then with the next floor, I'll just get the turrets situated on the edge itself. We'll see. I have a couple ideas that I can play around with. But I don't want all of those bug parts. So let's cancel orders on most of them. Don't try and select all of them at once, because you won't be able to. You have to kind of do it in pieces like you see me doing here. You know, very thin slices. And that's how you get them selected. There's going to be a couple here that I'm going to pick up. And then let me deselect these ones. Cancel out. And cancel out. So when there's a lot clustered here, that's when you can't, do the large portion. It only allows you to select so many things. As you see, just a yellow wave running across at the same height. It only allows you to select so many things at once. So that was 400 bugs, and they made it to here. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think I'm going to try and upgrade if I can. I just want to select some ground. Where's the sweet spot? Come on. Darn it. That's a goof. Nope. Okay, let's just upgrade as we go. Alright, so this section first. Let's just leave the wood. Wood for right now. I do have these, so if I upgrade it to concrete, they do damage my own structures, which makes sense. It is an explosive. Explosives should deal damage to your own items, including my own characters and my own robots, which I love the realism of that in this game. There's friendly, well, not really friendly fire in the sense of me hitting them, but I'm pretty sure if I send somebody out there and stand in that explosion, they'll take damage. And if they don't, then they need to. But my walls take damage. My structures take damage, which is phenomenal. I love that I can damage my own structures. Yes, it's an annoyance, but I am prepared for it. My extensive tree farm is here for a reason. My abundance of wood over here, it's for a reason. It's to repair the damage to this front section. And yeah, it looks like since I took the fences out of the gate, they only have 100 durability to this 300. The enemies stopped targeting it, and they're just doing what I want them to do, which is amazing. It was a good idea for me to have several gates that lead out instead of just putting it in the trap. Not a good idea. Now what I do have are these gates here, or the doors here that go back and forth, which they don't seem to target those. Which, thank God. But at the same time, it allows my survivors to go where they need to, effectively. Now, yes, they have to go all the way over this way and then all the way over that way. But it's better than going all the way around. Let me see here. Let me grab Edmund. Alright, bud. Turn off that power switch for me. Need to get it off the grid. It's nighttime and it just uses too much power. that's where my power is at currently. I need to get some more of these windmills. I need more nighttime generation. My daytime is phenomenal. And then once I get the solar roofing, it's going to go even further beyond. Yeah, it's going to be Goku going from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan Blue. Yeah, that's how big of a power jump I'm about to have. During the daytime, I think I generate about 3,000, give or take. I'm going to jump up to about 10,000. Okay, maybe it's not as big as a jump from Super Saiyan to Blue. Maybe more like from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2. Or, yeah. No, maybe just like Goku from base to Kaioken times 10. I'm not even doing any math. Okay, moving on. My autism. The tism's got me. It needs to knock it off. I need to concentrate. And the ADHD is not helping. Quick, get this man a gummy. That's actually not a bad idea. Nah. Only ones I have left are for sleep. Wow. They did a lot of work. Not gonna lie. I'm impressed with how much they've accomplished here already. Well, thankfully, I took care of that problem. By adding the workload, whenever I get the concrete, it just throws it out. Let me mute up as I have garbage day. They're coming and picking up right now. Where is this man? Did he already drive by? One can, two can, yep. Looks like he's going the other way now. Came through, did mine, turned around, and on his way out. Alright, let me turn off RuneScape. I lied when I said I turned it off. I was clicking on cows. And once I've got my defense up to a certain point and my magic up to a certain point, I can just sit there and the cows can smack on me and just hit me for zeros. But at the same time, I can just continuously kill them. Trying to get my magic up again. Man, it's only 39, trying to get to 40. Been playing for the last month with this hardcore count. Already up to, no, it's been 2 months. 1 month. Almost 2 months. Yeah, almost 2 months. Up to 1,100 and some odd total level. 68 combat level. And I've got just under 60 quest points. Yeah, I've been doing all the easy quests. And then, quests for the things that I need. Such as the Necromancer quests, any seasonal quests. I knock those ones out because the seasonal areas, they give you really good XP when it comes to crafting. Which this Christmas event, they've got the crafting, they've got fletching, wood cutting, fishing, cooking. We've got a couple things going, and I have just been abusing the crafting. I went from 22 crafting to, I think I'm at 50 crafting now. In just 2 days. Didn't have to spend a dime to get to that 50 crafting. Honestly, I'm really thankful that a game like RuneScape exists, and that, you know, RuneScape is as amazing as it is. While in the hospital, I didn't have anything to do, so, you know, I got down on that RuneScape, and I'm kind of happy that I'm back into it. I used to play it when it came out, you know, 2002, 2003, 2004. Played the hell out of it. Old school RuneScape. Almost had my woodcutting cape. You know, I was a little man. Well, I call a little man anybody who's not an adult. I was a early teen and played it until I joined the military. So I didn't have too much time to play it. Strict parents and whatnot. You got to do your schooling. You got to set an example. Yeah. So there wasn't as much time to play it as I wanted to. Yes, I do know English. I'm sorry. I butcher it often. You're gonna have to get used to it. My primary language is broken English, or bad English, whichever one you want to call it. My secondary language is English. I'm more fluent in Drunkenese than I am in, you know, the English language. It's kind of sad. It's supposed to be my primary. No, it's like the third, fourth. It's down the line. It's somewhere. But I can't speak it, I promise. Although I will invent new words, you know, quite often. Man, these guys are just knocking this out of the park. And half of them are going and salvaging. They're not even building. And they're still getting a lot done. This is really, really nice to see. I was hoping to get this knocked out sooner rather than later. And even some of the stairs are done. Yeah. They're definitely getting it. However, some of my freezers and refrigerators... No, I don't have refrigerators. Some of my freezers are starting to go out. Oh, it's fine. And that one I'll just top off again. Won't be any problem. If this one goes out, that's going to be kind of bad, because it's got a ton of meat in it. I'm honestly surprised that you guys are still alive. Are you all males? You're not going to have any children? All males, so they won't have children. Perfect. I was getting tired of the animals. Didn't have enough time for them. You know, with all my upgrades and building, I need to expand my farm a little bit. Or at least maybe get some more food stocked up. Yeah, there was just too much time that I needed over here. So, don't need to plant you anymore. Don't plant you. Don't plant these. They're just going to be sitting here. There. I think that's all of them. Yep, that's all of them. Alright, I'm going to let those do their thing. Those are being harvested or planted. Fermentation barrel, salvaging, okay. Everybody's doing something that I need them to do. I do want to kind of clean this up a little bit more, but I don't want to take them away from the jobs that I need them to be doing right now. I need them to be reconstructing. And it looks like they did another staircase, and they're working on a fifth one now. Get it, Rita. I think you need those levels anyway. Let me take a look here. What is your construction level? Yeah, you need the levels. Cool. So thankfully, if you're missing levels in something, you can hook this game up. I think one of them is for intellect. You got intellect, cooking. Not sure what the survival does. Maybe increase. No, that does your shooting. I don't know what survival does. Maybe increase intellect. You got the food and the hospital for healing, and the farm for obviously planting and growing and tending to the animals. little more efficiently. But you can use those to get their skills maxed out, at least for the most part. I don't think there's anything you can do for their intellect aside from assigning them to research. Yeah, I think crafting is what happens with the survival. I don't know. Intellect should go up too. If you're playing a survival game, you don't have a choice but to get smarter, learn new things, adapt, and overcome. And usually it's those who are more innovative that manage to succeed. Can't find clean water? Well, if you know what you're doing, you can. However, brute strength also comes into play in survival. 100%. You can be as intelligent as you want to be, or as you can be, but if you don't have the strength to get your ideas and your accomplishments accomplished, then you're pretty much useless. Uh-oh. Okay, get everybody drafted. Really? Get up here with him, and then reselect all 8. Samantha, come on. Get up here. If you want, you can pass out up here, it's fine. But I need you up here. What are y'all doing? They're falling asleep. There we go, some action. I guess go to bed, you guys. We'll see how this plays out. We'll see if they go to actually attack me or not. We'll see. But for the most part, everybody should want to go to bed. Why does it feel like it's, one times? Come on, speed up. Really damaging. Defensive. No, the bots. Okay. Garrison. Garrison. And they're garrisoned. Alright, perfect. Get those drones back so they're not getting damaged. Why are you attacking that fence? Get off it, dude. How much damage have you done? He's done a little bit. However, I don't think he's going to get it broken in time. I need to kill him and I need to kill him. Come on, get rid of this guy. Okay. Back here to... Hello? I said garrison. Or down. That's fine. Don't garrison. just take direct control. Get out of there, darn it. Yeah, go back to your... There you go. Good job. Go back to your post. Try to get back to your post. Yeah, that thing is awesome. It does do a little bit of damage, but at the same time, it just starts to weaken them. By the time they get here, they should be dead. Nice little rocket turret. But the base is doing exactly what it needs to do, is holding the line. Oh, you want to get back to it? All right, get up here. Go on. Go on. Go on. They're still there. Hey, get back to work. Get back on the roof. You're screwing it all up. You're making them run backwards. I want to see them continue to run where I want them to run. My base is doing a great job, however they are starting to break some of it. That's to be expected. The only reason they're attacking the wall in the first place is they're getting stuck here, and that's the closest thing to aggro to. Which is why there is some broken here and all over here. They're trying to find a better path. But thankfully they're as dumb as 7 Days to Die's zombies. Or I guess it's smart. So they are passing the way I want them to, the way that I designed them to. Easy peasy. There's nothing to it, you guys. With a good layout, your survivors don't have to do a single thing, except for just get out of the way. Aggroing everything over here. Nonsense. Ooh. That just got hit by a bolt of lightning. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I got to watch the bird get fucking zapped by lightning. That's a rare occurrence. Everything's getting zapped by lightning. Uh-oh. Oh, everybody's in bed, thank God. Well, not everybody. I'm missing a couple people? Couple people. Edmund, what are you doing? Well, I guess he is protected. I have a perimeter here in place for a reason, but not here, as I want this to be an active hellhole. Everything will kill you in here. The traps, the lightning. But everywhere in the base that I don't want the enemy, protected. Too bad I can't show you all of them. Hold on, actually, it would be power, lightning rod. There we go. So that's everywhere that has one. You can see majority of the base is green. The traps, not so much. And then not so much back here, which this is going to change. I need to protect this from lightning strikes. So I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put one here. And then go to this other side. Put one here. Put one here. And I guess put one right there in the middle. yeah, that'll take care of all of that. And then outside, let's go ahead and place one. Let's see. Well, I guess let's start from down on this end, yeah. Put one there, and that'll cover most of my trap. And I don't have any more plans for upgrading this area. This is what it is. Completely built. Just nothing but resources. I guess put one right there. Is that good? Yep, that's good. And even most of here is covered. Not all of it, but most of it. Again, no, that's fine, I guess. You don't really walk in this section. They usually go this way, and that's all protected. Okay. A lot of traps to handle. Thank God I have those bots, which I'm thinking about adding more. Now, I can't do anything until I get this roof put on. Once the roof is done, any extra resources that I have are all getting thrown into having extra bots, towards more power. And then I'm going to do a little bit more work with the switches. These are going to run non-stop, so anything I need running non-stop, it's not going to be on a switch. The things I only want running, during the daytime, I'll put those on a switch, or, I'll just, it's too much work. Actually, if I just had one more switch, I could probably do what I need to do with it. Because I only need one more thing. Well, I was thinking, I don't need these on during the day, but at the same time, these are automatic, so I want those running any chance they can. However, they are a bit expensive on the power. So I think what I need to do is I just need to add more power supply, more batteries. Get my surplus up higher. I mean, if it takes a day and some change to use up the entire battery, or a day, that's not good enough. I want it to last a week. So we're gonna have a lot more power and plenty of room to put it. I just don't know where I'm gonna put it, because this needs. Well, I will have a second floor, so I'll have a lot more room. So yeah, what's gonna end up happening probably is this entire bottom section is going to get converted into this kind of storage, the stockpile storage. Second floor, I'm going to have more room for the shelves here, and I'll have a lot more room for power. Like, I can make all of this over here power, all of this over here power. I do want to give them their own second floor, and then maybe have entertainment stuff for them, their own arcade, their own dartboard, their own punching bag, their own bench press. I want them to be able to do what they want whenever they want to be able to do it, and not have to wait for people to be done with it. But thank God I checked to see how much time I'd spent here, because we're pretty much out of time, you guys. A lot done. Majority of the flooring is now concrete, which I am happy about. The bots are finally getting back to work. I have enough surplus to continue what I need to continue with. Just need them to get back here and start hooking it up. But they have some tasks that need to be taken care of first. But they'll get to it. But they're going to get to it in the next episode, because that's all I have time for here, folks. Well, yeah, I know, I don't speak English well. But that's all the time I have here, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure to make for you. But before I go ahead and turn off that power. There we go. So that's all the time I have here. Hope you guys have a... Oh, I'm tripping over my kids' toys. Crap, not these ones. Hopefully I didn't break one. Little magnetic toy. Plastic and magnets. Yeah, hopefully I didn't break it. She does like to play with it. But like I said, that's all I have time for. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. My days are going to be happy from here on out. My kid, doctor pretty much said remission. So, that's the greatest news I could ever get in my life, aside from, being told that I'm going to be a dad. So, like I said, that's all I have time for. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. You guys take care and you stay safe. And I will catch you in the next episode, which is probably going to be some Jurassic Park. And then after that, we'll get back to this madness. So, catch you guys later.